Hi, everybody. Dr. Downing here. This video is for English and Writing 100. It's an introduction to English and professional writing at Kutztown. Although it's designed for those majors in particular, other majors certainly can take the class. And we've enjoyed the perspective and the vision of the world from non-English and professional writing majors. So without further ado, well, let me just say, all right, I'm looking forward to the fall. Again, I'm Dr. Downing. I've got a background in writing and teaching, and I was a professional writer for a number of years. And so, my background is publishing as well. So that's what we're going to do. And in this class, what I would like to see is all of you come forward with your areas of interest, and we're all going to put together blogs that will coach you through this. And in time, you should be producing material for your blogs. We'll talk about creative because it is somewhat dangerous, just let me say it now, to take your creative work and publish it before you go to a publisher. It's a different thing. See, informational style writing, you can really publish anytime. Like if you were to write a piece on solar flares or something like that, solar panels, because you're interested in technology and you want to write about these kinds of things, start to get a background in there. You could do that and publish it because it's timely. The timeliness is a factor, is what I'm trying to say. So whereas creative writing can live forever. So it's a dangerous, I know I'm drilling down on that early, but it's an important thing point to make as we begin writing. So you will all create blogs and you'll begin writing your material, and I will write with you. You'll also be combined with students from another section of this class, and I'll tell you how in a moment, plus my technical writing class, plus anyone who's interested, the Keystone Executive Board, and anyone who's interested in being part of the Keystone that we might attract on campus. So this army of people, let's say 100 or so, will all be creating blogs and all be pursuing the type of writing and style of writing that they want to pursue. Technical writing, I'm going to be a little more focused with them because I want them to get the certain genre, so to speak, of technical writing. So I want them to do that. But even so, they can write those with an eye toward publishing in the Keystone. We're also going to leverage video. And the Keystone has its own channel. You will set up your own YouTube channel so that you will have a blog, and then you can embed a link to a video on a YouTube page, on a YouTube channel that you maintain. I have those things I will share and show you how to do it. We'll talk about the legal aspects of publishing and copyright law and images, and credit, and things like that, and open source, all of these things. There will be training sessions on Wednesday night, every week of the semester in the Academic Forum 102. All students are welcome. It's a huge room. I haven't been in it. I've tried to go over there a couple of times, but it's been long. So I want to get in it. As I understand it, it's got technological features so that we can, if we want to record a session, we can do that. There are going to be speakers that come to this. I don't think I have my list handy right now. A couple of local authors I've been talking to, several faculty from the writing program here at Kutztown, several former Keystone newspaper editors. So I'm trying to get together a good 10, and you would show up at 6 o'clock and we'd have a speaker for a half an hour, then engagement. And then the second hour we would turn toward training or workshop or something, whatever we need to do. It will also be a social event. You will have the opportunity to, so what we're doing at the Keystone is we are transforming our editors from section editors like news and sports and opinion, things like that. We're blowing that up. We're asking them what their areas of interest are, and they're telling us like women and gender studies and this and this and this. And so we're taking all that into consideration. And when students come to us, you guys and other students come to the newspaper, we will put you in a pod with 2 or 3 or 4, or I don't know how many it could be, a couple of students that want to write about the same things. You're all writing on your blogs for this class and creating, and you can look at one another's work. You can help one another, provide feedback. It gets developed and it gets handed up to the Keystone, and you say, would you please consider publishing my article? And on their side, they'll be like, yes, we've created these pods to improve the quality of the writing, and we're encouraging you to write about what you love, what you're interested in, but it has to be informational writing to go into the Keystone. And again, there's the divide between the creative and the informational style. So there you go. let me then go to, so I've been working on a couple of documents that I want to dial you into. And so I need to share my screen. Yes, and then share my screen. And so here's a writing and publishing manual. This is going to be our textbook for the class. I'll get to that in a second. I've got something flashing here. I see what it is. Give me a second. Yeah, back to this. Okay, I want to go here. So this is a spreadsheet that I will make available to you. Actually, it fits on a single page. You know, the font is small, 7 or 8 point, but it does fit and it is readable. So I'll just start from this perspective right now, and I'll zoom in little by little. It's highly detailed, but we need to stay on course. Okay, I got it. I should tell that number again. Let's see. So let's look at so down this column is the class session. Again, you can take this. I would advise you to print it and put it on your refrigerator or put it on your cork board, and it will tell you for any particular class session, more or less, right, where we're going to be in the class. And it'll help you. And time management is absolutely essential to this class. It is a publishing situation, and you can't say, oh, it's fine, I'll wait to the end of the semester and I'll slip the paper under his door. Not that any of you would do that, but you know that the stereotype of that, that's not going to work at all in this class. You need to stay on top of it. So, okay, that's the class number. Here's the course content, meaning that's what we're going to be doing in the classroom. Excuse me, here's the book content. I will get to the book in a moment. Here are your assignments. This is not finished yet. It's in pretty good shape. Excuse me, I've been talking all morning. And then the points at the end. The points then add up to a certain number. Again, this is not finished. I'll make it available to you on D2L. You can download it, print it, put it on your fridge. You'll see there are blog presentations at the end. So at the end of the semester, I'm going to expect all of you to get up in front of the room and say, here's my blog. And I wrote about solar panels all year, and I got 2 things published in the Keystone, and I published things on my YouTube channel as well, which I don't think I've talked about yet. So you're going to create a YouTube channel so that you can write about something and then talk about that information, and then you can embed the link into your story. We're going to add images. We're going to do the whole 9 yards. And as we're doing this in this class, we're going to talk about other genres of writing as well. It's not just informational style writing, although this is what we're heading toward. At the end of this class is LinkedIn and a completed resume. So you should have a LinkedIn page, have a resume, and you'll have publications throughout the semester. As you publish material, either on the YouTube channel or on the blog, I will give you a sticker. It is a wolf sticker, and you can show me a class time, and I'll give you a sticker. You put it on a notebook or your laptop or whatever. I got 500 of them, and any time somebody gets something published, you're going to get a sticker. We designed it. It's a wolf because of Wolfpack was my idea about it. I sort of had a vision on it. It was a wolf. I know we're the bears, but the university gets peculiar and particular about use of any kind of bear imagery. So I said, let's just pivot on that and we'll do it. It'll be cool. Yes. It's exciting. Okay, so all of this will be available to you, and I think I've covered what I need to cover. So I need to move to the book content now. That's the idea. And here's the book, Writing and Publishing Manual for Kutztown University Students, 2022. And I am in the process of trying to finish this book. I put a lot of time into it, but it goes on and on. And then you think of more ideas and you include more content. And this is an open access book, which we'll talk about, meaning once I get it out there, if somebody wants to take it and modify it, they can do it. They need to be honest about it and say, original credit goes to the Downing boy here. But I've added these chapters. So if there's a professor in California that wants to add chapters to it, I'll say 100% do that. You can take it and use it. So that's Creative Commons. We'll talk about Creative Commons licensing. There's the cover page. There's the copyright, Creative Commons, non-commercial 4.0. We'll talk about this. Not right yet, not right today. What I'm trying to get to is the table of contents here. So, this is the book of the class. This will be made available to you. You can look at it as a PDF and go through all this. Actually, I'm trying to find a way to get it on a phone because the sections are relatively short, you'll see. So I would like somebody to just scroll to the next page and see, boom, and maybe, you know, 2 more to get the whole thing in, but I don't want these to be super long. You'll see. Instead, I want to cover a lot of ground as much as I can thinly, because you guys have the resources, right, to follow up 100%. So what do we have here? Introduction, time management. You need to manage calendars. It's a huge part of the class. Working smarter, not harder. Changing media landscape. Anyone can publish at the push of a button. Advertising or subscriptions to drive revenue. Developing an area of expertise. I want to land on that for a moment. That is a big part of what we're after here. I want to guide you toward being writers and experts and possibly analysts. An analyst is a really good job for an English major or a professional writer. You're good at synthesizing information, reading, and then writing about it. And what do they say? If you read a book, you become familiar with something. You read 2 books, you know more than most other people. And if you read 3, you're an expert. There's an expression like that, right? So if I can get you all focused on your thing, you'll develop these abilities. What an analyst is, in a nutshell, move this off, is somebody who has done exactly that, who has developed an area of expertise about water quality or women and gender studies or, you know, whatever. I'm always thinking about the environment, right? Technology, right? I know quite a bit about mass storage. I used to be the editor of a magazine called Mass Storage News. I write about storage, and it's been wild. I mean, there's storage on your computer, there's storage on your phone. It's all over the place, and we often don't see it. So that's what I know. Anyway, then we're on to blogs and Google alerts and developing a professional narrative. And we take a look at my professional narrative, writing in Word, composing by phone or by Windows H, writing down, not up, reading, how important that is, interviewing, audience. Now your audience is going to be essentially your peers. And if you're targeting the Keystone, you're going to, want to shoot for either faculty, staff, students, all 3, some subgroup of that, right? The people, it could be a club. It doesn't necessarily need to be of interest to everybody, but you can get that going. Okay, Wikipedia, self-publishing, social media, echo effect in media, internships, content farms, freelance, grammar, PDFs, beginning assignments immediately, using folders aggressively, file naming strategies, save, table of content skills, becoming an analyst. I touched on that already. Multimedia skills, photography. You'll be taking your own pictures to add them to your stories in whatever direction you're going in, or you're going to be figuring out how to use Wikimedia Commons, so that and figuring out whether photos are in public domain or whether or not they're governed by a Creative Commons license, those kinds of things. Starting to run out of gas. You see. Audience, I think I had that up above. Learning then, during workshop sessions. After our speakers, we're going to be doing training. This is brought to you by the Keystone newspaper. So I would love to have all of you go to the Academic Forum 102 on Wednesday nights. And this is what we're going to dig into. There's Creative Commons, mentoring, soft skills, all of that. And this will ultimately end with all of you. Again, I think I said this already. I've been, preaching this gospel. The LinkedIn page and a resume and everything else that needs to go on that page, list of publications. I don't know. I've been off and on LinkedIn, over the years, so I need to get back into it and adjust my own. I do know that Microsoft purchased it a few years ago, so we're gonna dig into all of this stuff, and at the end, your deliverables will essentially be all tied into your blog. Any of us should be able to go to your blog and see that you've written 5 articles and that you've linked out to these videos that that are connected to it. You're following all the protocols the way you're supposed to. All of it, you came to class. All of it is like flawless now, and that's what we're after. So a lot more later. That's the introduction. Pleased to meet you all. I look forward to working with everybody in the fall.